So what if we could build a technology platform that wasn't just about making things faster or more profitable, but was actually designed from the ground up to help solve our biggest global challenges? Well, today we're going to dive into something called the GWA Regenerative Intelligence Platform. It's billing itself as a new kind of engine for change. So let's get into it and see what that actually means.
Right off the bat, you can see the mission here is, well, it's massive. We're not just talking about personal growth or community building or sustainable investing as separate things. The whole idea is that these three are totally interconnected. You can't really fix one without the other two. It's an incredibly ambitious vision for sure.
And that's the big question, right? It's one thing to have this huge, inspiring mission statement, but how do you actually build a machine that can pull it off? So, let's get into the architecture, the nuts and bolts, and see how all the pieces are supposed to fit together.
The key idea they've built this all around is called regenerative intelligence. Now, try not to think of this as just a bunch of separate apps, one for wellness, one for learning, one for investing. It's supposed to be more like a single unified engine where all those pieces are woven together, working in harmony to create a positive impact.
So why even bother building something this complex? Well, to really get what GWA is proposing as a solution, we first have to understand the problem they're trying to solve. And at the heart of it all is one single word: fragmentation. Just think about it in your own life for a second. The app you use for meditation has no idea about the online course you're taking, and neither of them has any connection to your investments or the community projects you really care about. Everything is in its own little box, its own silo, which makes it incredibly hard to line up all of our actions with our values. And this problem goes way beyond our personal tools. It's deeply embedded in how we fund new ideas. The traditional system is, more often than not, purely transactional. It's all about the financial return, not necessarily the mission. And that can make the whole process super slow and inefficient, where amazing purpose-driven projects just fall through the cracks because they don't fit that old-school investment model. And look, this isn't just some abstract problem we're talking about. This fragmentation, this transactional nature of our systems, it has real-world consequences. We're talking widespread personal burnout, instability in our social systems, and of course, a decline in the health of our planet. The bottom line is the tools we're using right now just weren't designed to support the well-being of people or the planet.
Okay, so if the problem is fragmentation, everything being broken apart, then the solution has to be integration, right? Bringing it all together. So now let's pop the hood on the GWA platform and see how this engine for change is actually designed to work. The entire structure, believe it or not, is built around a single, powerful number, 13. And no, it's not random, it's the core size for their main collaboration groups, which the platform calls a roundtable.
So here's how they organize those 13 people. It's not just a random group chat, it's a very carefully put together cluster. You've got these small groups focused on practical skills, on personal passions, and on long-term legacies. This is all designed to create what they call competitive cooperation. The idea is that by putting people together with skills that complement each other, but maybe with different ways of thinking, you get this healthy tension that sparks way better ideas and really drives innovation. It's the opposite of groupthink.
And this workflow shows you how it all clicks into place. It starts when a carefully vetted person joins the network. They get placed into one of those 13-person clusters. Then, that group goes after what are called generative bounties. You can think of them like targeted projects that already have funding baked in. And success isn't just about finishing the task. It leads to launching a full-blown mission, which is designed to create that huge cascading impact we're going to talk about next.
So what's the whole point of this entire process? What's the ultimate goal? The platform is engineered to create something it calls a triple ripple impact. The idea is that one successful mission doesn't just stop. Its positive effects are meant to spread outward in three very distinct but connected layers. The very first ripple starts with the individual, with you. By being part of this ecosystem, you're not just a cog in a machine working on a project. You're on a path of personal growth. The whole system is set up to help you get clear on your purpose and build the kind of resilience you need to do truly meaningful work without getting burned out. That individual growth then creates the second ripple, which expands out into the community. I mean, it makes sense, right? When you have a group of people who are aligned with their purpose, it just naturally makes the whole social fabric stronger. It sparks collective creativity and unites people around missions that are way bigger than anything one person could do alone. And the final, biggest ripple reaches the planetary level. The ultimate goal here for all these missions is to drive real, measurable benefits for our ecology. This is about moving past just doing less harm and getting into actively regenerating our ecosystems. The goal is to literally leave the planet better off. So when you put it all together, side by side, you can really see this as a fundamental shift in thinking. We're moving away from the old model that's transactional and slow and toward a new one that is regenerative, totally purpose-driven, or soulful as they put it, and carefully curated to make sure every single action is guided by a clear set of principles.
And what are those principles? Well, the whole system has two main anchors. The first is what they call GQL, or Generative Quality of Life, which basically means it has to actively make its users' lives better. And the second is HGR, Honoring the Golden Rule, which acts as the ethical compass for every single decision and interaction inside the network. Simple but powerful.
So, last question. Who is this platform for? It's not trying to be the next big thing for everyone. It's being built as a strategic, invitation-only ecosystem. The focus is on bringing the right people to the table to build this new model together.
The platform is actively looking for partners who really get the vision and share these core values. We're talking about investors who think in terms of decades, not quarters, technologists who want to build tools that actually mean something, and leaders who can help scale this whole thing. The key word here is alignment. It's not just about what you can do, but what you believe in.
And this quote really sums up the whole grand vision. This isn't about the next quarter or the next fiscal year. It's about building an infrastructure that can truly unite innovation, deep purpose, and a sense of responsibility for our planet with a timeline that looks out for the next 7 generations. So that's a thought I really want to leave you with. What would actually change if the very engines of our economy, the systems we use every day to fund, build, and create new things, were fundamentally redesigned not just for financial return, but for healing ourselves, our communities, and our planet? It's a pretty powerful question to think about. Thanks for exploring it with me.